it's been a long time that the foodies have sort of wanted a seat at the policy table, and it seems now that we have one, or there is room for this, the kind of farming that you espouse, and at least in the discussion of how we make a national food system. And so from going from years from lobbying bombs sort of to being at the table, what now? Sort of where do we go from there?
Well, for sure, we are now at a size that is attracting a pushback, and that pushback, of course, is coming from the industrial food cartel, which is, of course, also heavily involved in policy. The industrial food cartel certainly has deep pockets to wine and dine politicians, bureaucrats, and policy wonks on many levels. And so, as Gandhi said in starting a grassroots revolution, which is certainly what this is, he said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. And we have been ignored, we have been laughed at, and now we're getting the pushback. They're fighting us. And certainly part of it is this whole effort right now winding its way through Congress, this House Bill, 875, this Food Protection Act, which would almost make it illegal to eat your own tomatoes from your own garden. And it's being pushed by Monsanto, who of course wants the corner on every morsel of food. It scares me to death when I hear the food policy wonk saying we need a bunch more regulation, because I know that by the time it runs through the sieve of the industrial food cartel and gets implemented on the ground, it actually puts community-based local food systems out of business. So what I would like to see, the remedy, the absolute remedy, is to create a transparent food system that's localized and has integrity. How do we do that? There are many remedies. One would be certainly to say that at some point, maybe it's a church potluck, maybe it's a Ruritan get-together, maybe it's your homeschooling picnic or your soccer league game. At some point, there is food that transfers from your kitchen or your hands to my mouth that is not a government act, okay? And so we need to identify at what point does a food transaction not involve the government because of the inherent relationship protection of a transparent, open, relational accountability. Once we identify that point, then we say, okay, everything from that point down becomes you and me, and we're just doing business. We know each other. Kind of like the way we exempt three-person elder care or three-person daycare from industrial regulations, because the scale of it is so small that it inherently allows for transparency. Another one, of course, would be to create empirical tests, set whatever limits there are, okay, and make them empirical. And if I can meet them, I can meet them. If I can make a chicken that's as clean as Tyson can on the clothesline in the backyard, well, if it's clean, it's clean. Who cares how much stainless steel infrastructure, concrete, rebar, and parking lots are wrapped around that bird? So that's another. There are numerous remedies, and we just need to be very creative about examining. There are about 5 or 6 remedies that we can articulate pretty quickly, but there are lots of remedies, none of which involve additional regulations. They all involve scale-appropriate appreciation of the inherent relational integrity of local transparent food systems.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. But not hip-hop, yo. Let it be known.